Hi everyone, Sumit Chandra this side, and I welcome you to our channel Solution Bridge Network and one-stop solution for all your Power Platform tutorials. Welcome back to the Paginated Reports series. In the previous video, we have explored why paginated reports are important, how they differ from regular Power BI reports, and how to create your very first paginated report. In this video, we are taking it a step further by diving into some powerful features, connecting to a Power BI semantic model, designing your report layout, and most importantly, understanding query filters and parameters. These tools bring a whole new level of flexibility and interactivity to your reports. So let's get started. Let me open the report builder. I just opened the report builder and today we will create a blank report. Once we click on blank report, we will landed into this screen. First, we need to set up our screen. So let me right click on the gray area of the window and click on report properties. Once we click on report properties, from here we can select the page orientation, either portrait or landscape. Also from here you can select the appropriate page size and define the margin based on your requirement, and let me click on OK. Here you can see we can add title to this report, but it's always a good idea to insert header and footer inside your report, and we will keep our title of the report inside header section so that if we go to different pages, our report name will be visible in each and every pages. So let me add a header. So here you can see we have the header, and now we can select and drag this title and put it inside our header section. On bottom of the page we have footer section, and here we are capturing the execution time. If needed, we can add the page number or other elements from built-in features. Let me add page number. Now let me adjust it properly. So you can see we have page number and execution time. Now let me add a title first, sample report, and we can format it. So from here we can just put it center and make it bold. Also you can select the font as per your choice and set up the size. Let me increase the width of this bit. Now I will add the logo in the right side of the screen. So for that I need to click on insert, and from here let me click on image. Let me drag it here, and from here let me put a name logo, and here let me import it. I have this in the download folder. Let me select all files, and from here we will select our logo. Let me click on OK. So now we have our logo as well. Now we will first connect with a Power BI semantic model, and then we'll create the dataset, and after that we will create a metric. To connect it with the Power BI semantic model, either we can create it from Power BI service, or here you need to right click on the data sources, and from here you need to click on add Power BI semantic model connections. If you are interested to get connected with other data sources, you need to click on get data. Here we will select add Power BI semantic model connection. Based on your login information, it will load the workspaces that we have, and from here we need to select the semantic model that we wanted to use here. So I select Global Superstore Dashboard, and then let me click on select. Now you can see that our data source is connected with this semantic model. Now we need to create a data set for this report. For that, we need to right click on the datasets and click on add dataset. In add dataset, let me put a dataset name. So by default, it dataset 1. I'll change it and make it as a sample data. And from data source, now you need to select the semantic model. Now we can click on query design. In this window, it will show you all the tables that we have on that particular semantic model. So from here, let me expand global superstore table, and now from here we will select the data point those are required for now. So let me drag category, customer name, region, segment. And now let me expand the calendar table, and from here I will select year. And for KPI, I will expand the measure table, and from here I will select net sales, net profit, and profit margin. On top, we have query filters and parameters. So query filters are applied directly within your dataset query. They help limit the data returned from the source, improving performance and focusing the report content. Parameters, on the other hand, allow user input at runtime, making your report dynamic and interactive. So let me click here, and from here let me select first calendar table, and in calendar table let me select year. In operation I put equal, and let me select all. Let me click on OK and enable this parameter option. Now let me add another level of query filters, and here I will select global superstore table. From here let me select market and equal, and from here let me select some value. So instead of all, here let me select APEC and EU. Let me click on OK. And let me add another option. I'll select global superstore. Here let me select segment equal to, here also we'll select all. Now let me enable the parameter. Now you can click to execute the query, so that you will get the output on the screen, and you can just validate the result. So you can see on market I filtered the data, so we'll get the data for these two market only. Let me click on OK. Here you can validate your query and put the timeout. Let me enter a timeout here and validate the query. You can see query validation was successful. Dataset fields were updated. Let me click on OK twice. Now we have all the data points that are required for that particular report. Now I'll click on insert, and from here I will insert a matrix. Let me drag it. Now in rows I need to drag segment, and inside segment I want another layer, and we need this based on customer information. Let me drag it here. So now we have segment and customer name. We can adjust our window properly. In column, let me select year. Now we will use three numeric column. One is for net sales, net profit, and profit margin. To adjust it properly, let me right click here, and we need to insert row inside group below. Now we need to add two columns here. Let me right click here, insert columns, inside group, right, Let me adjust the window and again I'll repeat the same action. Now I will use my three measures, that is net sales, net profit and profit margin. Now we can remove those. So let me cut the segment and paste it here. Same I'll do for customer name. Also, if we want to format the net sales and net profit, we can right click here, and from here we need to click on text box properties, and here we can set the number and decimal portions. So we can format it based on our needs. Similarly, I need to apply the same formatting for net profit measure. Here also I'll select number and apply the similar formatting. For profit margin, we need to see it in percentage. So let me come here and select percentage with one decimal portion. Now let me see the preview. Let me click on run. Now here we need to select the year. So let me select 2014, and from segment let me select consumer. Now we can click on view report. Once you hit on view report, you will get the exact report that we built for now. So you can see we can increase the width of the customer name column. Also we can make bold here on the headers, and also we need to check the configuration. So for example, here now it allow to select multiple values. What if we wanted to restrict it with a single value? So let me run it again. So let me just format it properly so that it will look good. So for that we will again come to design view, and just here I will select the year, and we will align it center, make it bold. We'll select the entire column, make it bold. We just increase the width of customer name. Now let me run it again. So again you can see we'll select 13 and 14, and from segment we'll select corporate. Now let me click on view report. Now you can see we have formatted it, and in page 1 we have this information, and if we click on page 2, so we can see our report name and logo is coming. So we can adjust this also properly so that it should be on the right side of the table. And also let me show you how to select any default value inside your parameter. So let me again click on design view and just adjust this bit right, and here you can see the parameters. So for example, if I come to calendar table year and we click on parameter properties, here we have multiple options. So you can see we have enable allow multiple values. If we disable this, so it will allow only single value in that case. If we click on default values, and here if we specify any values, so we can add any values here. So let me put 2014, and let me click on OK. Now let's rerun this. So once we rerun this, so on the parameter, it will select 2014 by default, and in segment, we can select multiple values. In here also, we can select multiple values if we want, and let me hit on view report so that we can see all the data based on our selection. Here is it. You can see the report. That's it for this part of the series. You now have a solid understanding of how to connect to your data model, design your report, and apply query filters and parameters effectively. If you have any questions, feel free to drop them in the comment section. Thanks for watching. Subscribe our channel, hit the like button and press the bell icon for the new video alerts.